We are live. Yeah. Oh, you gotta close the door. Actually, you can get some water first. Oh yeah. I'm gonna put some background music on while we're getting set up for today. It's gonna be a nice day. I hope you guys have had a nice day so far. It's Monday, as my Mac, I call him Mr. Mac, wakes up here. Oh, wrong hand. Yeah, that feels better. All right, let's get booted up here. So we got practicing lined up. We got some pad rudiment practicing lined up first, that is, and then we got drum set, which I'll move towards in about a half hour. And if you guys are interested in any Q&A, let me know. This is also a free, it's a forum where we can just talk freely about anything, so anything kind of goes as long as you just double check the comment the thing that tells you what you should or should not say. All I'm asking is that you guys be courteous with one another, and I think we're good to go. All right. Let me just log in here from a different way. Make sure we're on. Okay, all good? Yeah, looks like it. Yeah. All right, enough chit chat. We got to practice some. I'm wearing green today because I'm trying to show my support for Brazil. I don't know if you guys are watching the World Cup, but today's Brazil against Japan. We also got the USA coming up, I believe. And the USA, I forget who they're up against, but that is going to be an interesting game. But I can't watch the game while I'm at work. You know, in Brazil, I think the Brazilians are actually given like a day off or something for World Cup games. Not here in America, right? We got to get back to work and DVR it or whatever you do today. And then when I get home from work, I'll be able to watch the recording. But don't anybody spam me and tell me how they're doing right now, because I think the game is right now against Japan. All right. So we were practicing out of stick control last time. Hope you guys are having a good day. And yeah, it's hot. It's a hot one today in Chicagoland. It's 93 degrees, I believe. So it's hot. It's really hot. Oh my goodness. You do your best though. You do your best to stay cool. All right, we're gonna do some simple single beat combinations first. Yeah, and then some triplets. And then we'll get to some harder stuff. And again, if you guys are just tuning in, this is an open forum. So you're just watching me practice some drums because I have some downtime before I get to teaching students in about an hour and a half or so. But this live stream goes on for about an hour, and we're going to hopefully do these almost every day. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys more often. We're going to probably do these Monday afternoons, Tuesday late afternoons. Just check my channel, or hit the notification bell. You know how it goes. But yeah, this is just a chat room to chat and room to ask some questions. I should probably warm up first before. Inspired by Action 6387. What are you humming about? But good to see you anyway. If you're wondering what I'm doing what we call the seal clap because it really helps to warm up the wrists so you're not going to pull anything when you start playing. It's actually quite recommended. Oh, the World Cup. Yeah. I'm sorry. No, I get you. Who are you rooting for? I don't know if you have any skin in the game, you know, like which country are you rooting for? I'd love to see your reaction there. I think, you know, we talked about this, I think, last week. I'm impressed with America. I don't know if they're going to win, but I'm impressed. And then with my feet, I don't know if you can see this, but with my feet, I'm just kind of stretching out all the way, toes out like that, and then I'm pulling them back in like this. So that's just, you know, hopefully trying to get them warmed up as well. Why you keep clapping your hands? I'm sorry. I mentioned this a second ago because when you warm up, you want to be able to take your wrists gently. Don't just start playing the drums. You know, it's kind of a good way to warm up the wrists so that you don't pull a hamstring or anything, right? So basically, I'll come around that way. You basically want to stretch your arms out all the way and just do that. Right? So it's all of this. I'm from India, but very nice to see the USA doing so well this time. Yeah, I tell you what, we could get pretty far, but we got a lot of good teams in the World Cup. It's really hard to compete when you got so many good teams, right? All right, and then my third exercise that I like to do is I take my drumsticks, and this is kind of an optical illusion. I go like this. Yeah, and then I go over one hand to stretch out the arm from the other. And again, right, it's all of this. And then the same thing with the left hand. So I'm wondering, like, inspired by Action 6387, do you guys also like compete, you know, pretty fairly in India? Do you guys have a team that, you know, was like close to qualifying or something? Because I know like Italy, I think, has been in the World Cup before. Greece, I think, has been in the World Cup, but they failed to qualify because I think, well, Italy lost to Bosnia Herzegovina. So that was that. But DW0X or OXZ, hi, how you doing? I don't know. Italy's, I think, one that should be in the World Cup. Greece should be in the World Cup. They got some good players. And I'm wondering about India. Do you guys have any players too? Man, way too much competition out there. All right, I think that's enough of stretching. Let's start with a little bit of some basic rudiments here. And the book that I'm working out of is a book that you can get for yourself if you're just interested in some basic stuff to do. Stick control. This was originally written by a gentleman in the 1930s. It's stood the test of time, though. It's really, really cool how he takes things simple and just rolls with it. No pun intended. All right, number 49 from page 7, in case you're wondering. So, as you can tell, the combination may be simple. It's right, left, right, and then 4 lefts, and that's repeated. But what I like to do is I like to accent some of these so it makes it sound more musical. What'd you say? No, maybe in the next 10 years. very sad for our Indian football. This time they don't even qualify to play in the Asian Cup. Well, I tell you what, you guys have a timeline. That is encouraging. It's a little bit out there because it's 10 years, but you guys work on you work on rudiments, right? You work on the stuff like footwork. You work on passing. You work on possession of the ball. You work on defense. You work on strategizing your team, and I think the basic stuff, right? It's going to be in no time, and maybe not 10 years. I think you could get in the next one if you work on that in the next 4. Sorry to disturb your drumming conversation. Hey, no, you're not disturbing anything. The reason why this is open to anybody is so that, hey, you can watch me play some drums. You can also ask me any question you like. This is why it's called the drumming ministry. It's about everything. It's a ministry. You know what I mean? So God bless you guys. It's what it's all about. Number 50 is, the opposite. It's just left, right, left, and then 4 rights. So what he does in this book is he takes everything and he flips it. He inverts it so that you make sure you work on everything evenly. So you distribute the weight, if you will, right? If you're doing curls, you're not going to do one with only one arm, Yeah, that's really cool. So anyway, simple stuff. It's you just work on it. Maybe speed it up if you want. But let me do some triplets, and then we'll get really cooking with some flams here. These are triplets that are found on page 9, in case you're wondering, and you got your own copy of Stick Control out in front of you. So. Single stroke is what we call these when you're just playing one after the other. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So 4 eighth notes that are regular, followed by 6 triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet. That's how we would count them. And then an extended sequence at the very end of the exercise. So that's number 1. Number 2, starting with the left hand. Again, you might be wondering, why is he hitting the notes so hard at certain points in the beat or in the rudiment? It's because if you want to make this sound musical, you got to find the spots that you can highlight so you can put that into a drum fill or even a drum beat on the drum set. And then you got yourself, therefore something to actually hook onto, or you grab onto. It's not just like I've mentioned this before, and it was weird, really weird. The AI, a summary of some of the parts of the video that I did in the live stream said, Lucas mentions do not do oatmeal drumming. Avoid oatmeal drumming. And I'm like, oh, that's right. Because oatmeal, I said, was bland, right? Without any sugar, without any sort of toppings to put in your oatmeal. If you may eat oatmeal for breakfast, I'm sorry. But it's like, I need something to go along with it. So it's the same thing. Avoid oatmeal drumming. And put some spice or stuff in this, right? And it'll make it sound more interesting that way. That time I was alternating accents wherever I was going, so that was a little bit challenging even for me. I was like finding a different spot every time to put a different accent. Yeah, but you can have a lot of fun with these. You can have a lot of fun. Yeah, so let me know if you guys want to watch, or if you want to see something. Obviously watch, and I would love to try to perform it on the pad. If you can do it on the pad, I say you can do it on the drum set. This is a little bit of triplets, and then we got the rolls, the actual rolls, double beat rolls, which are a lot more fun to play. So I'll just do a couple of these, and then we're going to get to some flams. This is page 11. Now, when you're working with doubles, I should mention something here that he doesn't really mention specifically or clearly, but it's the Moeller method. Mr. Sanford A. Moeller was a gentleman who discovered specifically the style of drumming that the marching band drummers would use to make their rolls sound so clean and fast at the same time. And his observation became or developed into the Moeller method technique. And that's simply rebound. Another, basically, you're just kind of working with a rebound stroke, and so you give yourself a little bit of breathing room to be able to play faster, and with half of the energy expense, So the double stroke roll is the perfect example of this. Right? And I could go on like that for about 5 minutes straight, I bet, Because you're not using up that much energy. It's really, really nice. Anyway, so yeah. Hey, Catalina. Yes, I'm practicing. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Good to see you again, and I hope that, things have been well for you. I'm just practicing a little bit, and so basically I'm going to play some more stuff here for you guys, and then we'll go to the drum set, and hopefully the transmission of the transmission, not of a car, the transmission of the sound will be okay. I'm working on that because I need to get some microphones so it sound a little bit better for you guys. But yeah, number 2 is the left-hand lead. Yeah. Number 3, right hand twice, and then the left hand twice. So now we're using double stroke roll in 2 different ways. 8th note versions, right? 8th note value. And then the 16th note value to do the rolls. Right? It's fun to play. It's just a little bit tough at first because you got to work with your hands to adjust the technique for you to go regular stroke, Moeller stroke. And it's hard to play it fast, actually. Yeah, I'll give you a tip right now. It's hard to play Moeller slow. That's what I meant to say. It's hard to play it slow. It's easier to play it fast. Yeah, something like that. Number 4, left hand lead. Yeah. So, in case you're wondering, why am I looking at... Oh, Carl Diedenbach. Hey, I'm glad you like this, man. I hope that you have a good day, and it sounds like you're going. Do like and subscribe if that's your thing, and I hope that if you like what you see, pass the word along. Daryl Strawberry 1, do a kickflip. Do you mean I kick my drumstick to make it flip? I can't do that, but I can do a hand flip, right? Right, this way. That's easy. If you just practice, somebody who does it well, check out the Spanish drummer El Sebastianar. You know who I'm talking about, the internet sensation guy. He does crazy tricks with his drumsticks, and he does double bass with his feet. He's a phenomenal drummer, and tricks is all he pretty much does, but he does do grooves well. I'm going to have to look this up. But you honestly know nothing about drums, but it sounds very interesting and complicated versus like a guitar, etc. Well, I tell you what, Catalina, it's kind of, yes, tough. At the same time, it can be intuitive. We could just do flams in a little bit. El Sebastiano? Yeah, I think that's him. Estepario Sibidiano. That's El Estepario Sibidiano. That's the drummer I'm thinking of. He's really good. So, guitar is also complicated. Drums can be complicated, but they can also be simplified. Anyway, we'll get to flams, my last rudiment that I wanted to practice later, because if you guys are up for it, I can show you some things, and I think you guys might be interested. It won't be that hard to show. I just got to move to a different room, And I'll turn the camera off 1 second, so I'm not going to give you guys all a roller coaster of a headache. And we'll go with that. Inspired by Action 6387. We do have 2 drum sets in our fam. Whoa, man. One is electric and the other is the traditional drum like the one of yours, but I have never tried. Hey, man, it's never too late to try. If you just take, I don't know, a half hour of your day and practice a little bit each time, you would get immensely good. I tell it to my students all the time. I'm like, just give me a half hour, 45 minutes a day. And they're looking at me with like glazed eyes. They're just like not interested. I'm like, all right, I see how it goes. If I need anything, I think I'll, oh, okay. But it's just, it is what it is. A little bit goes a long way, as they say, right? All right. Next room over, we have the drum set that I usually actually play my shorts with. So like you can kind of get a backstage pass to this, because this is where I usually record the shorts when I do my drum covers. I think that should do it. Let me just see. Yeah, so I'm gonna see if this works. How's that? You can't see anything, can you? Like you can't see. That's better. Okay. Can you see this? No, you can't see that. Sorry. You need to see a symbol. Is it there? You don't have to see my mug. All right, we're good. So here's where we can have a little bit of fun. Basically, the drum beat that I think everybody could learn in an easy way. I can't tell you how weird it is to listen to you not being able to fully converse. It's crazy. Well, I tell you what, I'm so thankful we have chat. I'm really glad we do, and I'm glad that we can just talk over this way. And I really hope you enjoy what you see, guys. I really appreciate the support. If you guys want to learn, a drum beat, something simple, and this is how I would start. You would start with eighth notes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Right? And you just work on that. You work on some eighth notes with your hi-hats and you get that going. And then you work on your bass. You work on bass with like beats 1 and 3. This is your traditional kind of rock beat, right? And then your backbeat comes on beat 4, 2 and 4 on your snare. So this is like, yeah. And then, as you can probably tell, when you put it all together, it sounds like this. Okay, I added some extra flavors in there, but you get the idea. So what happens is, rock is usually where people start. And I'm just going to, 1 second, I'm going to turn this thing off again just so I can make sure I get over. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. What people usually do is they start with rock, right? And then they go and perform other stuff. They go to jazz, they go to funk, they go to blues, they go to country, they go to pop or pop punk. I was going to say punk, but you could just do pop. There's so many things you could do with this, I'm going to put on my headphones, though. That's why I had to scoot over it, and I'm going to do this again. Yeah. Ear protection is absolutely necessary. You need ear protection. I was just giving a demonstration that was kind of soft, and so I didn't need it that time. It's very nice to have a live explanation. Otherwise, I would have Googled how to play a drum. Hey, man. Why do we need Google when we have each other, right? I'm glad that you tuned in. All right now. So let me give you maybe some demonstrations as to how you could morph this into a more complicated beat and more complicated. This is just to show you guys what I would do. I'm not trying to show off. I'm just trying to show you what I like to do for my practicing, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope that it comes through okay, but we'll do our best. So from there, right, from the simple rock groove, I mean, the possibilities are absolutely endless. You could do so much with just a rock groove. Add in some ghost notes on the snare, right? Ghost notes are, if you don't know, a term that we use to just call a note that's soft on the snare or any other instrument for that matter, but more than any of the other notes, right? So it's like, so it's in comparison to the loud note on the snare, it's soft. And that's I hate to get into the weeds, but that's in between these notes, right? So, all right, enough talking. I'm just going to practice a little bit. If you have any questions, though, let me know and I can demonstrate something else for you guys. I would love to. I messed up on that fill. Again. That's a little bit of what we call linear drumming, by the way. That's when you take your limbs and just go one after the other. Try it again. Yeah. Oh, man. That's enough of that. Yeah, you can see why it's important now. As funny as it may have seemed, you can see why it's important for me to practice on the rudiments. Stop. Because if I don't warm up on the practice pad, I ain't going nowhere. How can a drummer play using both legs and hands at the same time? Yeah, man. You know, so here's the funny thing about that. You got that right, man. It's a little weird. It really is. Here's what I would say. People are like, Lucas, that's crazy, man. You can't do that. You can't play all of those notes and expect your brain to follow them. No, I'm not doing that. But what I am doing is I'm letting some of them speak for themselves, right? So if we were to break this down into two parts, it would be like feet and hands, right? Feet and hands. So, wait. So, my bass is like doing a lot. My hi-hat foot is doing almost nothing. But my hands are doing a lot too. So once you understand the foundation, which, you know, your left foot doesn't do much for a lot of rock beats, but your right foot does, your hands then talk to the feet, and you just work on that cooperation or that collaboration, right? I'm basically putting my left foot on autopilot. I'm not doing that. Doing much on that. maybe a little bit there, but that's it. Now, granted, this is not true for all musical genres. Here's the difference in rock and jazz. In rock, you don't do a lot with your feet, but in jazz, you do. So in jazz, we have a lot to do with our hi-hat foot and our right hand. So that now the combination admittedly does get a little bit tougher to, yeah. So here's an idea. So, yeah. So it's like really, it's like, what is going on? And to be honest, I still have to work on that. I have to work on explaining what jazz is all about. But rock is a little bit easier to work with. So he said, I'm trying it on my lap. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome. You take what you see and just put it on your lap. Literally. You could go ding, 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 ding. Where are you? You can't see my hands. Oh. You go ding, 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 ding. Right hand, right? That was right hander. Snare on 2 and 4. Right. Right. And your 2 and 4 is also being played with your hi-hat foot. So, a lot of that. It's a lot of that. Yeah, man. That is cool. Wow, that changed so dramatically. Yeah, it sounds like, you know what it is? Catalina, you bring up a really good point. Did you guys know, like, a lot of good Christmas music has been, how would you say, cemented? It's been like, I don't know how to say it. It's been like, give me a word that means something like it's been fixed in the genre of jazz. So, like, walking in a winter wonderland, right? Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snow's getting right. Da 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 da. Right? It's like that's all it is. It's Christmas music, because a lot of Christmas songs were immortalized. That's what I was looking for. Immortalized in jazz. I just think it's because in the 1900s we had a lot of good Christmas songs that were played during the jazz era. I don't know. But now, let's take a look at one more genre, and then I'm going to get back to practicing. If you take funk music, funky grooves are something completely different. Now, I think we could, inspired by action, play this on your lap as well. I think in Catalina, if you want to. Yeah. You like the more 40s type Christmas tunes. I do as well. Did you know, speaking of hot weather, oh man, it's so hot today. Mel Torme was the writer of the Christmas song. And the Christmas song, I think, was written in 1948. Or is it earlier than that? I think it might have been 1945 or 6. He wrote it apparently because the story goes it was such a hot day in California. I think he was in California at the time that he wanted a way to cool down. And so he thought maybe if I wrote a Christmas song, it would help me to cool down. The Christmas song is a really cold song, right? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Like, that's a good way to, I'm thinking that's a good way to. So anyway, funky music is a little bit weird. It's not totally unlike rock or even jazz, but you have a lot to do with the bass and the snare, right? just it really, really. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Inspired by. Can I give you a name? I really hate saying that every single time. If you want to, it's important for us to protect our privacy, but only if you're comfortable with it. It's really really hard to stay in the pocket when you got so many moving parts. But thank you. I'm glad you like it. Absolutely, 40s was the best for Christmas and 90s for country. Oh my goodness. Catalina, you are absolutely right. Once again, I don't know what it is about 90s country, but 90s country sounds. I will switch the account. Okay. Okay. 90s country, Catalina, is really interesting. It's like it was a resurgence of like what country music should have been, but it lasted very short. I feel like the 2000s were cool too, with Josh Turner. Josh Turner had that cool song that came out in like what 2004 or 2002. It's been a while. It was called "Long Black Train." It starts out with the. It's a cool song. I love Josh Turner, but he was at the tail end of that old school style country where I don't know. I actually prefer a couple of decades earlier than 90s country. I prefer the honky tonk era of the 50s, 60s, and 70s even, because those old timers also knew how to make good country music. The Highwaymen, as they were known, was the group of like Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, Merle. No, not Merle Haggard. It was the other Merle. Merle. I don't know if there were two Merles. Not Merle Haggard. Waylon Jennings. I think Waylon Jennings was part of the Highwaymen. So anyway, great group of country guys, and Willie Nelson's the only one that's still with us today. My goodness, it's sad, but yeah, great country music out there. I can't we can't talk enough about this. I will switch the account. No, and days and wait, what? Oh, nowadays. Yeah, I see what you mean. It sounds like rap with twang. And would you go with me? Oh, I didn't know that. I need to check that out by Josh Turner, right? Hi, Jack Malang. Hey. Okay, so I'm glad to see you back. And you mind if is it okay if I call you Jake or Jack Malang? Is that close? Totally agree with Dean Martin and Ricky Nelson. I listen to literally all those guys. Man, we're on the same page, the exact same page. I can't believe you listen to those guys, and I think we're talking. I don't need to say no more, right? Say no more. Ricky Nelson, underrated rock and roll artist. Dean Martin, amazing guy. Vibrato, off the charts. Elvis Presley considered him an inspiration, right? And they have the same type of vibrato. Amazing singers. Oh my goodness. It's so fun to talk about this stuff. But yeah. Is it Yakman. Oh, Yakman Lang. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yakman Lang. I think we'll go with that. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'm glad you guys could join. Yeah. So anyway, we were talking about country music. And then Catalina, you mentioned some great pop artists. Cool. Sounds great. Thank you. So yeah, so we could talk about this too. I need to get some water. We could talk about this too on another stream, but basically, what influenced what, right? And I think as I'm going through these practice routines of jazz, rock, and funk, and anything else, really, it's oh, that's right. I had a comment on your comment, Catalina. You mentioned. Let me just look back in the chat here for a second. You said nowadays it sounds like rap with twang. Okay, I will say this, and this is the only time I'm going to say the word because I hate it and I don't use it. But to me, country music today You know what happens when you cross rap with country? You get crap. And I don't say that word. You know what I mean? So it's really bad. It's like, I'm sorry, but for me, it's like you either play rap or you sing country. I don't think you can sing country rap because it doesn't seem to fit. And maybe some people do it, but that's just me. You know, that's just me. I'm sorry. Oh boy. Okay, water's over there. Yeah, but so we could talk some more about some rock and roll, but I want to get back to some practicing here. Play a little bit more of funky grooves for you. I was actually, you know what I should do? After some funk, I should actually practice some soca. Soca is what I've been learning at school, actually, because my teacher's been very good at teaching me some basic stuff with regards to soca music. I know nothing about true soca, so yeah. Uh, well, yeah, just either you go repeating that or you don't. It's up to you. Yeah. So, Yak Menling, you play more, mostly rock and metal. Really cool. Yeah. No. You know what? And here's the thing. If you're not interested in jazz, it's not like you should because people are like, well, jazz is cool, but it's too intellectual. And I don't know where you stand, but it's like jazz can be intellectual, but it could also be very fun. For example, if you played a simple swing pattern, anybody can learn this. I go around all over Chicagoland in Illinois, where I'm at, and I help the old people, the residents in nursing homes, play some swing. That's all we do. Yeah. And it's they have a blast with it. It's really easy. You just pick up a couple of drumsticks, you go, right? And so you just have fun with that. But rock and metal, there ain't nothing wrong with that either, man. I love some good rock music. And once I have some good microphones, man, we're gonna do some good covers here. If you guys have any requests, though, put them in the comments because I'll put them down after the live stream. I'll put down these requests, and when I'm able to do these recordings, these streams with we can do some requests too. We'll play some rock music. But yeah, so we were talking. Oh yeah, soca is what I'm learning at school, where they're supposed to be teaching me some real music, right? And so I think it's going well. It's going very well. So soca music comes from Trinidad, and it's actually based off of calypso. I don't know if you guys know both calypso or soca music, but it's fun. Calypso is kind of like low key, not low key like today's low key is. No, my goodness, it's the original version of it's the original meaning of the term. Low key. Soca is a lot faster though. So you go like, yeah. And so my professor's like, you gotta play that for 5 minutes straight or more. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you do. Get to work, buddy. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, it's a lot of fun though. Uh, I love that. I will remember to try this on the real drum sets when I reach home. Yeah, Yak Lane, you Try that. I think you would love it. My sister and I were just talking about low key this generation. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's so annoying. I go around college and all these kids our age, right? They're like, low key, man. I was like, well, low key, what? About what? No, low key. I'm like, no. What do you mean? Is it like cool? Like you're having a good time, or is it stressful? It was low key. It's like I'm like, yeah. And so there were some other variations though off of this beat that I need to work on. So, but yeah. So the first variation, let's see. I just had my lesson today. I need to remember this stuff. The first variation was a snare thing. It was like, wait, yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is. I'm like, Professor, can we take this one step at a time? He's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I'm like, okay. So, in case you guys are wondering, these are broken 16th notes. So 16th notes are even faster than 8th notes, right? I'm basically just playing 3 at a time. Opening the hi-hat on the 3rd and closing when I get back on the 1st of the 3. And bass on all 4 beats, so that's the easy part. Does this make you want to disco? I just realized that right now. This is disco. Okay. I can't play this now without playing disco for you guys. This is disco as it would have been played in the 1970s. All right, that's enough of that. We'll do that another day. I know it's ridiculous. So what would be the polka on the drums? Oh my goodness, that's a great request. What would be polka? Polka music would be... My goodness, what would polka be? Be something weird, man. Be like, I don't know. Let me think about that one. It does. That's funny. It's the beat. Yeah. It's about it's weird how these beats are somehow intertwined, right? We see that a lot in music history though, so we shouldn't be surprised. Polka. I get if I had to guess, I've never studied polka. Okay, I'm gonna give myself. I'll let you in on a little bit of an inside joke in our family. When we get slap happy, it's either like before. No, it's after 10 o'clock at night for us. We call that getting fun stroke. When you just start laughing at everything and there's no valid reason for you to laugh, we call that getting fun stroke. It's like if I just start playing polka, I'm gonna get fun stroke and just start laughing my head off. So please do not request that. I'm just kidding. If you think that fun stroke is a term that we need to make a trend of here in the United States, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it, Catalina. It's I've been playing the drums. I think I mentioned this to you a little bit ago. I've been playing since I was 4 altogether. So it's been about 20 years, but I don't really say that in front of people because how much was I really learning at 4? I've been playing professionally since I was 13, and that's been fun. So it's been about 12 years because I'm 25 now. So yeah, but it's a lot of fun. I have a little sister and one older brother in the house, and I think Fun Stroke is awesome. We call it Luffy. Yeah, Luffy is a great one too. We might have to use that one at home too. Thank you for telling me that. Luffy. You go crazy, man. All right, so anyway, Soca. Let me practice this one more time, and then we'll see where we're at. If we're playing, let's see. Snare's moving on me. There was one more variation. Oh yeah, the bass drum goes like this instead. Oh my goodness. So that's a little bit of the variation on the bass, and you can go on from there. My professor was saying, there's so much that you can do. Soca is really, really cool. The basic pattern is just, this, right? If you wanted to play it fast, and they sometimes do for like 10 minutes straight, they go. So yeah, it becomes a lot more endurance training. It's like opposite of limbo. How fast can you go instead of how low can you go? But yeah, so I'm glad we're able to take a look at some Soca. And if you guys can hop on again next Monday, obviously we'll be here sooner than that. You guys can see me practice some more of that, and I hope you guys like what you see because this gives me great inspiration and accountability. Really, I mean that from the bottom of my heart to you guys for me to practice. I want you guys to see, some improvement. And if not, give me a thumbs down in the chat. Let me know. Lucas, what you doing, man? So hopefully next week you'll be able to see some more confidence in the variations of the soca beat. That's my goal. I'm going to practice on that so, I'll be able to just play fluidly for about like 30 seconds or something, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm glad I decided to take a break from cleaning the house. Well, hey, hold on. How long can you play the drums without pushing the limits? Yeah, first of all, make sure the house gets clean. But yeah, let me see. I have the hardest thing I've had to do with regards to pushing myself on a good day. I'll give you guys a cool backstory here if you guys are interested in stories. When I'm feeling good, I can play solid for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. If I'm feeling bad, my max is an hour 15. Because here's what happened a couple Christmases ago. Okay, good. You finished washing the dishes, and now we're good. Here's what happened a couple Christmases ago. Speaking of Christmas music, I was privileged to play at my church's orchestra for our Christmas concert. It's a very cool concert. You get to be involved in an entire orchestra. So I was playing drum set and some other percussion instruments like the timpani, big drums. We call them sometimes the kettle drums. Well, what happened was the day that I was supposed to play, I think it was a Thursday. I got up to go to work, and I had a full day of work, and then I had to go to the church to be there for dress rehearsal, and then we'd be playing for the concert, and then we'd have another concert the next day on Friday night. on Thursday morning, I was like, I'm not feeling too good. And then Thursday afternoon, I was at my first client, and I was like, well, something's wrong. And then my second client, and I'm like, oh man, like I think I'm tanking, you know. So by the second client's uh, when I was done with that, I went to the school to this school to here, and then I was like, okay, do I just sit here for the rest of the day and try to give some lessons as well? Because I needed to do lessons. Oh my goodness. And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna make it. So I just called my mom. I said, I'm gonna come home because I can't make it. She's like, well, you have to either come home and you let your pastor know, because the pastor has to have that knowledge that you're not gonna be able to make it for the percussion because there's no understudy. There's nobody else to fill your spot. So I'm like, okay, great. So I make it home and I'm like, I have some time. I have some time to figure out what I want to do. I make it home and I'm sick as a dog. I cannot think about playing. And I know I need to play in a couple hours. Rehearsals in a little bit, but my mom's like, just take some Tylenol, take something and lay down on your bed, and hopefully maybe it'll pass over. At that time, I had a headache. At that time, I had a little bit of nausea, and at that time, I just felt like I was getting a cold, so I was getting a little bit stuffy or something up here, and that's not good. So a fever, a headache, and then some nausea. I woke up then a little bit later, and my mom's like, all right, it's do or die. What are you going to do? I'm like, I got to go. So I put on my tuxedo, and I'm like, all right, so I'm just going to go, and we're going to go with it. And I went to church, I'm not joking, with 102 fever, 102 degrees Fahrenheit fever, and my stomach was still upset, and my headache, my headache was better, but my head was still like, when you're like, it's just bloated. It's not. And then I was like, God, I need help. I'm not going to be able to play this concert if I don't have your help to be able to make it through. So I was like, all right, I get up on stage. We do a dress rehearsal. I feel like it was good, but the concert comes and I'm like, I'm feeling really sick right now. And one song after another, we just keep playing, right? We just keep playing the concert, and before you know it, the concert is over. And I'm like, wait, did that just happen? I didn't throw up. I didn't have anything happen to me on stage. I didn't faint. I didn't do anything. God, thank you so much. It's to this day one of my best testimonies, examples of how God moves when you call upon him and you're just like, I have no energy left. I wanted to be in bed right now the whole day, and I still had to go out there and play, and I'm so glad that he came through, but it's tough, and you got to prepare better. So that's on me. But God was so good, and I was able to play, and my parents were like, yeah, you were looking a little sick up there, but praise God, it all worked out. And so then the next day I was fine. I think it was just something that came and went. And so I didn't get sick from that attack, but it was just a little nerve wracking. And I'm like, praise God, everything went okay. But it was crazy. I actually finished watching the pressure at Do or Die. My mom says that too. Rely on God. You're such an. I can't believe you did. Well, thank you. But praise be to God, really, because it's not me. And God bless you too, man. I really appreciate the encouragement. It's hard, but for you guys out there, I hope that you guys see how God can move in the smallest of ways. It's really, to this day, it's stupid. It's a silly story of like, I was having a bad day, but God helped me to play some music. Like really, in the grand scheme of things, other people have much bigger things to deal with, and still, it's a testimony, right? We share what we have. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. It's 4 o'clock, and I was just planning to do an hour, so let's do this. I was told by somebody the best way to keep on keeping on, right, is to just do live streams every day, and so I'm gonna do one almost every day. I'm planning now on doing one tomorrow, and that will be in the afternoon. So stay tuned, and then we'll be back on Thursday in the afternoon again. And so that will be at home. You will see me at my home studio, and hopefully we'll be able to practice some more rudiments, and you also have time to give me some questions, and I can answer them here. And then on Friday, I'm here. I think I'm here in the morning or in the evening, or the evening is when I usually do them. But yeah, we'll just see. Yes, I can have a story as well, but it's too long to type. But he does show. No, exactly. You're exactly right. Hey, you know what? We'll do this. If you guys, man, I don't have any social media. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just like not into social media. Like I don't have Twitter, X. I don't have Facebook. I have WhatsApp, but you know, it's YouTube and WhatsApp. I'm gonna think of a way in which we can like share stories, you know, to encourage, or maybe on the platform on the channel, we'll I'll put something up where we can encourage one another if we can. It'll be like in a post or something, and we can do that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow. Me neither. I have a Pinterest account, and that's it. Yeah, we keep things simple, right? Right, guys. So if you guys are able to join me again tomorrow afternoon, I'm gonna plan for the same time, around 3 to 4. That would do. And so I hope you guys are available, and if not, you know, we'll catch you guys again sometime soon. Any last things that I should know about, because I would love to hear it from you guys. And do you guys have any questions? I usually I like to practice. I like to play some music. We didn't do requests. We're still working on that though. And if you guys don't have anything, we can. Me neither. I have a. I already read that. Yeah. So if if we're all good, we'll see you guys tomorrow. But I'm just gonna wrap things up here a little bit. I'll be right back. I'll check back on you guys. I'm gonna turn off the camera again, because if I don't, I'm gonna give you guys a headache and some nausea. All right. Well then, I think we're good then. So Yakman Lang, Catalina, God bless you guys. We'll talk then tomorrow, Lord willing, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. We're gonna hopefully play some more music, and by tomorrow, hopefully, you know, you'll see some improvement with Soka. We'll go from there. But take care, guys. I hope that you guys have a. Oh man, somebody just spammed me like a text message. They said that Brazil won. I wanted. Oh man, I wanted to watch the game. All right, all right. You guys have a good one. We'll talk soon. I said. Oh, I said. I don't know if you heard what I said. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, you guys heard. All right. It is what it is. Hey, go Brazil and go USA. Well, take care.